Okay, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to RanelliFit Knowledge Project number 9, and we're talking about is creatine safe? And if you could tell from my expression, I am super excited for this video because I have been asked about this repeatedly. So I am excited to bring it to you today. But is creatine safe? Ready? From all the studies that I have researched, yes, it is safe as long as you are not pregnant, breastfeeding, have kidney disease, or if you are under 18. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so please do your due diligence. If you're concerned, if you're not sure, talk to a doctor. As a personal trainer, myself, yes, I do take creatine daily. In today's video, I am going to break it down, but from all of the studies I have researched, creatine is indicated to be safe. And today I'm going to break it down in this video. But again, please do your due diligence because I am not a doctor. And make sure you are healthy, of course, to take creatine. And I would always advise or recommend at least to talk to a doctor. So anyway, let's jump in. So is creatine safe? And in today's video, we're going to talk about what is creatine, why creatine is important, and the action steps you can take if you're interested in taking creatine yourself. So first of all, what is creatine? And when I talk about creatine, I would just want you thinking it's like it's something that your body already produces. So give me a second here because I'm going to pull up my notes. But creatine is something that it's a natural compound that your body is already making, and it's made in your liver, kidneys, and pancreas. And I think it's really interesting because your body already makes it. So since you're taking additional creatine, which you should take about 3 to 5 grams a day, which we'll get on in a little bit later, but your body already is making creatine, which I think is super interesting. So anyways, your body is making creatine, and it's a small compound in your body. And you can also get extra creatine if you're not taking the supplement from foods like red meat or fish. And in simple terms, creatine is like your muscle's battery recharger. So think about it really simply, guys. Think about if you are someone who's working out and you want, let's say, increased performance. You want maybe better mental energy. You want increased ATP, which is like a form of energy in your body. Creatine is going to give that to you. And the reason why creatine is so widely used by a lot of athletes is because it doesn't necessarily give anybody an edge, but it can help you recover quicker. It can help you put on more muscle mass. And I think that for any of us who don't necessarily want I don't know if I want to necessarily an advantage, but want more of an edge, creatine does definitely seem the way to go. So first of all, just to make sure we're breaking down what creatine is, we know it's a natural compound that is made in your body. And we also know too that you can get it from, let's say, supplements, or you can get it from actual food. To go on further here, though, we also know that creatine is your body's muscle recharger, right? So you're going to be getting energy from it, which is important. It also, this is big for us guys, it also pulls water into the muscle cell. I have talked to a lot of clients and a lot of people, and people do tend to think that creatine dehydrates you. It actually does the opposite. Creatine actually helps with this thing called cellular hydration, which is basically water being pulled into your muscle cells. That's why when you see people who are on creatine or taking creatine, their muscles usually maybe look fuller or look bigger. It's because of cellular hydration, which I thought was a super neat thing. And also, I want to make sure if you're watching this and you're still speculative about creatine, please understand one thing. Creatine is one of the most studied supplements out there. I did tons of research on this to look at different articles and different blogs and different case studies and all that stuff, and it is so widely researched that if you are speculative of what creatine is, I suggest you do your own research, do your own due diligence. But again, all the studies I've researched, creatine does seem to be super effective. So again, just to recap, what is creatine? It's just a compound that is made in your body. You can find it from red meat, or you can find it from fish, or you can find it even from an actual supplement too. And it's just to help your body out with energy, increased ATP, helps you out with stress, helps you out with sleep deprivation. And we'll get into that in a little bit later on. And the reason why I want you guys to care today, or the reason why you should care, is just because it's one of the most studied supplements on the market. And also, too, it's going to help you with everyday performance. And I think that is, again, super important for all my business owners out there, financial advisors out there, real estate agents out there. You probably want to make sure you have every edge you can have at your disposal. That's obviously safe for the long term. And again, the studies that I have researched, creatine does show to give you that. So here's the second exciting part. So we know what it is. Why is creatine important? And the reason why it is important is because it's going to solve a really big problem, and it's going to give you more usable energy. And I believe you and I have covered this on the protein video I did, I think 9 weeks ago now, about 2 months ago. But the protein video I did, I talked about protein and how it can keep you fuller, helps you burn more calories. I also talked about in the second knowledge project how resistance training or working out can give you more energy. Creatine is no different. So the reason why I brought up protein is because protein can help you, build muscle. Creatine can also help you at least repair muscle for recovery. The reason why I brought up the second knowledge project too, with resistance training and more energy, creatine can do the same thing. It can add more ATP to your body. Just think it can add more usable energy. And again, if you're a real estate agent, a financial advisor, a business owner, I think you and I can probably agree, and especially with me, who I can be in appointments or in sessions all day long, you want as much energy as you can get because, we have busy jobs and we are meeting with people 24/7. So why it's important, it's going to give you more usable energy. The second thing here too, I'm going to kind of make sure I list this verbatim here because I don't want to miss a thing, but it's going to give you guys more strength. It's going to give you more power. It can give you more lean muscle mass, which is huge for my people if you want to build muscle. It can also help you out with cellular hydration, and I believe I said that earlier with your muscles being full. Just one big quick note: remember, this is also when it's paired with resistance training too. I want to make sure I really emphasize that point. And also, too, it's going to help you out, too, with mental performance. It's going to help you out if you get poor sleep. And again, those are all really big and important things for people and executives who are busy in their workplace from day to day. Okay, so we understand that creatine, we understand those benefits of creatine, and we also understand that creatine gives you more usable energy. And we also going to understand, too, or one more thing I want to make sure I kind of go over here. It's also important too. It's going to help you preserve lean muscle mass, which I just said a second ago. A lot of people think that creatine does make you gain weight. And real quick, creatine can definitely make you gain weight, but it's not the weight you think. Creatine can help you, not to run over my point, can help you build more muscle mass, or it will actually hold more water in your muscle cells. Therefore, you can produce more power. Therefore, your muscles are going to be more hydrated and look more fuller. So you can gain weight or water weight for the first week or two, and then eventually it might come back down. Also, keep in mind though, guys, if you're building more, let's say muscle, more lean muscle, remember we talked about this in the other knowledge project, you're going to also be burning more calories. So it seems like a fair trade-off to me. Okay, I'm on creatine. I gain maybe a pound or two, but I'm also gaining more muscle. Therefore, I'm also going to be burning more calories. Seems like a pretty easy decision, at least for me. And the second thing, or sorry guys, staying on the second topic here, the reason why I want to talk about creatine today, and the reason why I want to talk about why it's so important is also because too, if you do not take creatine, it's not a big deal, but just think to yourself as, again, as someone who's trying to, be the best version of themselves, you are going to be leaving progress off the table. Doesn't mean you need to take creatine to reach your max progress. Obviously, I think anybody is capable of reaching their max progress, their max goals, reaching whatever they want to do in life, or especially with fitness. But just keep in mind that creatine can help, get you there and help you recover. And I think that's another really big reason why it's important. But remember, if you don't take it, it's totally fine. Just remember, you might be leaving some progress on the table, which again, isn't the end of the world if you don't feel comfortable taking creatine. So, okay, sorry, just to recap real quick. So we know what creatine is. It's a compound that your body can make. It's found in meat. It's found in supplements. Why it's important, it's just going to give you more usable energy. And how I said a second ago, it can help out with strength. It can help out with power. It can also help out with ATP. And so on and so forth. So you may be like, okay, Rob, I'm interested in creatine. I might want to take creatine. What are the action steps you can take? First thing, I'm going to make sure I really went over my point. Talk to a doctor. If you are speculative, if you don't know if it's right for you, please talk to your doctor. Do your due diligence and make sure that you are comfortable taking creatine. And again, if you have any type of ailments, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, if you are somebody that, let's say, has kidney disease, if you're under 18 years old, yes, please go talk to a doctor. Remember, I'm a personal trainer, not a doctor. So again, just please do your due diligence. That's action step number one. Let's say you're cleared and you're good to go. So here's the action steps that I've researched and the action steps that I personally take. Take 3 to 5 grams of creatine, keyword here, monohydrate daily. Creatine monohydrate is the most studied creatine out there and was the creatine that I was studying the most, and it does seem to be the most effective. Take that 3 to 5 grams a day. Every day. And another key point here too, guys, is please do not load creatine. I'm sorry, and to make sure I explain that, all loading creatine means is like taking like 10, 15, 20 grams of creatine a day. That can cause this really bad side effect where you get a really bad, I don't know what the right word is, GI disruption, if that makes sense, but it's because creatine, I'm going to butcher this word, it's like creatine pulls water into your muscle cells. Therefore, if you're taking a lot of it, that could really upset your stomach, if you take it all at once. So what I would say, guys, and again, I remember I'm not a doctor, but what I would say if you do decide to take creatine is please do not load it. There is no reason to load it. It takes a little bit of time to get all the creatine into your muscle and into your body itself, but take it 3 to 5 grams daily for the long term and consistently than just loading it, because loading it is where the side effects seem to come. So we know what creatine monohydrate is. It's just the most studied creatine out there that most studies have gone over. We understand that we should be taking 3 to 5 grams of creatine daily, and we should not be loading it. Here's another thing. Consistency beats timing. So if you are taking creatine, if you're thinking about getting on creatine, please just be consistent with it, if that makes sense. Don't, again, how I said a second ago, I'm going to make sure I really emphasize this point. Don't just go out there and load up on all this creatine and take, 10, 20 grams for the next 5 to 7 days. Just do 3 to 5 grams daily, and over time you will see the rewards. And the other big important note I wanted to make sure I say, which not a lot of people I feel like know about this, but if you take creatine, take it whenever you can. But one kind of like pro tip here is take creatine with a carbohydrate meal. When you have carbs, insulin is released in your body. And when insulin and then you take the creatine are kind of mixed together, for some reason, the carbohydrates, when you're eating them or consuming them, seem to absorb the creatine better. So if you are taking creatine, a high carb meal with that creatine does seem to help out with absorption, which again, personally for me, I will take any type of advantage I can get. And I'm sure you could agree, especially if you are a busy executive in the area who wants more energy or who wants to feel 100%. And also last thing, big myth, creatine does not dehydrate you, guys. So just keep drinking your normal water. You might feel maybe a little bit more thirsty, but creatine, again, helps out with cellular hydration in the muscle cells. It does not dehydrate you, despite popular belief. Sorry to all the people out there that think creatine dehydrates you. It does not. But just be sure, again, guys, to do your due diligence. I love doing these knowledge projects, and I love trying to be, the best version of myself for you every single week to give you some little knowledge nuggets here. But creatine is such a widely debated topic, and hopefully I gave you some insight today. But the only thing you have to remember from this video is, what is creatine? It is a compound that is made in your body, and it is can come from food, or you can get it from a supplement. It's important, guys, because it can just give you more usable energy. So think when you're resistance training, think when you're doing, let's say, some of a high stress activity, think it can help out with sleep deprivation, stuff like that. And the action steps you can take today, guys: 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate daily for the long term. Again, please do not load creatine. There is no need to do that. And again, a really important factor, make sure you're a healthy adult. If you're speculative about taking creatine, go talk to a doctor. Remember, I am not a doctor, so please do your due diligence. And also, too, if you're breastfeeding, if you're pregnant, if you're under 18, if you have kidney disease, whatever ailment you have, be sure again to do your due diligence and talk to somebody before you do anything. And yeah, if you guys take creatine, you should feel the not necessarily feel the effects, but you might feel just more stronger. You might feel like you can recover faster. You might feel like you're just able to do more because you should have more energy from taking creatine. But again, This is not RanelliFit Knowledge Project number 9. Is creatine safe? I hope this video was somewhat insightful. I'm going to leave my blog link, my website link, my personal training link, my app link down below. And I want to thank everyone for their support. And if there's any questions, comments, concerns, please text, DM, comment, whatever, to get in contact with me. And I will see you guys in the next RanelliFit Knowledge Project. But again, my name is Robert Ranelli. I'm a personal trainer in the New Hope, Newtown, Pennsylvania surrounding areas. And I want to thank you guys for your support, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you, and bye-bye.